it with me, Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Pretty be careful from your love, not no Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Training tides and actions. Dark Souls. Dark Souls. Northern Undead Asylum.
Welcome to Northern Undead Asylum, episode 6 in our catalogue. I am here joined as ever by my co-host G. And of course you now know me as Wilson, the guy from Talking Souls. Yes, we are Talking Souls, baby. So we're going to start with something a little bit different. We've decided to delve into This Week in Gaming news. Elton John, after much turmoil, has told the press that he has finally defeated the Abyss Watchers after summoning in husband David Furnish to help.
So we must work together to ensure this progress is shared and no one is left behind.
Boris Johnson announces positive vaccine news and now says that he can get on with his Animal Crossing save.
It is Dominic Cummings and you playing games with Parliament, playing games with the people of the United Kingdom and all the people who are entitled to vote in this country. You're playing games.
Let's let them have a vote.
Man crashes into lamppost after caught playing Cuphead behind his Tesla.
Boom! And it was coming up. Boom! Boom! Everyone was like, "Shoo!" So I opened up my door and didn't touch no metal. And as I come up, I started to touch the top, and a little spark jumped off. I said, "Whoa!" I stepped out the rest of the way. Lucky I didn't get burned more. So, crazy? Oh, it was crazy, dude. I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Boom!" Reality hits you hard, bro.
And an unlucky boyfriend has been dumped by his partner after constantly explaining the importance of blood in Bloodborne to her while it was her time of the month.
Well, I wrote into Northern Undead as I thought it was a forum for us vampires, you see. The advice you gave us was bloody cracking, and now, after your boil said to give her more time and respect, she bloody loves the blood, she does. Completed Bloodborne and everything. Cheers, boyos!
So now we have the news out of the way, we can focus a little bit more on ourselves. So I will pose the question to you. What have you been up to in gaming this week and this week only?
I've got some big news.
Oh?
Are you ready? This week, I finally completed Dark Souls 1.
Cue digital confetti and sounds and lights and... Nice. Absolutely great news. How long in the running?
It took me 68 hours. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too bad. As you know, I like to kind of wander around and peruse the lovely wares that From Software have put into the Dark Souls series.
There is a lot.
Didn't have too many problems kicking Gwyn to the curb, you know.
Alone?
I did, alone.
Very good.
Yeah, I was alone. I learned that you could basically parry him into oblivion.
Can you parry on Dark Souls?
I can parry on Dark
Right.
Souls. It's not that hard on Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
As you get later on in the series, it does get a little bit more difficult. But that has been pretty much my gaming week.
Mm-hmm.
I have thoroughly enjoyed the credits that rolled, and I'm straight into New Game Plus.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it, and that has been solely my whole focus this week was getting to link the fire of the first flame. Done.
Very good.
Moving on to Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, you're going straight. Well,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
somewhere around Dranglake Castle, are you?
Yeah. As we all know, that time is convoluted in the Dark Souls
Time is
series,
very convoluted.
and I'm making my way back into Dark Souls 2, and then
Very
eventually
nice.
to Dark Souls 3. What about yourself?
I played a little bit of Hellpoint,
Okay.
but it's a game. RPGs, I like to savour them and only play that game, so
Right.
I kind of give it a taste. And there's a really, absolutely fantastic moment when you walk out into the first arena, to say, and you open these shutters, and the shutters come down, and there's these whales in space, and
Whales
I'm
in
like,
space.
it's great. I like the style of it. You know, it's a bit. I don't want to take anything away
Give
from
too
it
much away from it.
by not saying it's not great graphically, because graphically it is what it is.
Yeah.
But there's a charm to it, isn't there?
Yeah, and I think we keep touching on Hellpoint a little bit because we have been we are honoured that in in the coming weeks we are going to produce an episode dedicated to Hellpoint itself. Cradle Games were cool enough to get in contact with us and ask us to kind of produce a show for them. And we're not gonna spoil any bits. We're just gonna give a little bit out. But we've both been playing Hellpoint over the last couple of weeks to kind of give us some knowledge. Before we go into that, and it's gonna be great.
So on that note, let's pull away a little bit from Hellpoint and save that shiz. And when I platinumed Sekiro back in, might have been February or March, pre-lock, it was just before lockdown when the world was fantastic.
Right, okay.
And I just bagged myself my 5th or 6th platinum for the last 2 years. It kind of ruined it for me.
Why?
Because once you platinum a game like Sekiro, it's, the RPG elements of that game aren't hugely divisive.
Yeah, they don't.
You have one weapon.
Yeah.
You don't really have any armors.
Right.
But it's just more the combat and the experience of different ways of doing it.
Okay.
So once it had kind of been platinumed, I'd already played it 6 times to platinum it.
Yep.
It lost its charm a little bit. I thought that's a game I will never play ever again.
Play the game 6 times to platinum.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, impressive.
But I think once you get the ball rolling, it starts getting a little bit easier, doesn't it?
It's taken me like 5 years to platinum. Well, not even platinum, but 50% completed Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
So imagine how long it's going to take me to platinum Sekiro.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot more broken down. But yeah, so in October they announced new features, and I thought I'd try them out. There's stuff like boss rushes. Right. There is stuff like different armors, or basically a few different options you can play. So there's something there to bring you back. The boss rush mode is fantastic.
So why do you think they've done that? Do you think that's to rival games like maybe Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, who'd kind of gone back and said, you know what, we're kind of finished with the content that we're kind of delivering to our fans. We're going to go back and we're going to add something a little bit cool for our hardcore gamers.
I think maybe the numbers might have dropped off for people like me who possibly completed it and didn't really see that much replayability. Like when I say replayability, I did play it 6 times, but the actual Dark Souls, you can almost play that game. You could play it 20, 30, 40 times and still have a different experience every time. Yep. So I think that's what the only weakness there was to Sekiro.
So there's no like PvP environment or anything?
No, there was, but I don't know if they've actually introduced PvP, but it was definitely something they were aiming to.
Right, okay.
I mean, a lot of people were expecting DLC for the game, but it never actually came. But of course, we all know what From Software are doing at the moment. So
maybe they're working on Elden Ring.
Well, maybe just a little bit, or teasing us or whatever. But yeah, so Sekiro went back, experienced the boss rush mode. Really good. Took me back to some of the best boss fights in From Software. Cool. Anyone who experiences, and I know you've not got up to this point at all.
Not experienced it yet.
So I won't give too much away, but there's a boss called the Guardian Ape, and anyone who knows will know what I'm talking about, of what an experience it is fighting that boss.
It's kind of cool because I suppose the reason why we started this whole podcast and stuff is because of the sort of different experiences that we'd have with games, and there are a few games that I am yet to experience and yet to complete, as is Wilson, and that we kind of take ourselves on each other on that journey as we go through time and space. So each week as we said, we're getting a format now, and we're starting to build, and we're going to move on to movies. So this week I had the displeasure of getting to the 9th instalment in the Fast and Nick Cage series, which was Jiu-Jitsu, a complete and utter, as Mark Kermode would probably say, mess of a film.
Sometimes it happens.
One of the worst films I've seen probably this decade, and that is really...
That's a lot of films.
That's a lot of films.
Oh, hang on.
A lot of films.
It's only been 10, 11 months in this decade.
Correct. Correct. In fact, I'll just
the
kind
last
of read...
11 years.
Do you know what? In fact, do you know what? I'm going to refer to a poster that I saw the other week that said that they were it had the hottest band of the decade. I'll try and find it on Google and I'll put it up there for you. And it's not been exactly difficult to be the hottest band of the decade when you've been in lockdown for the last 7 or 8 months.
When you sat on the stove.
Oh yeah, you sat on the stove anyway. But no, it is without a shadow of a doubt one of the worst films I've seen. It's like it's taken the bad acting from Mortal Kombat Annihilation
Right.
You know, you will die.
Yeah.
You know, probably get a clip up there. He's a little bit better than that. And I'm not going to say. I'm going to say mangled it together.
Right.
With the story of Street Fighter.
Do we know directors, or did Nicolas Cage have any creative output?
No,
in the
I think
movie?
it's better that the director remain anonymous.
Okay.
Because we know that that they can. Everyone deserves a second chance,
Yeah.
or a third, or a fourth, and we don't want to. Hayden Christensen and
What did you say?
put a stamp of disapproval on it, so we forever.
Isn't that Anakin?
Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. I think he did Jumper maybe after it, and it
Yeah,
was,
he'd had a
that was it.
tough old time in the
He
movie
had a tough old
industry.
time, and he's
I mean, that's
All
what
right.
you get for being shit, though.
What have I done?
Sorry, pal. You did try.
He did try.
I know you're watching, Hayden, of course. Big NUA
did
fan
try.
out there, yeah, but...
Absolutely. Keep it real. And we, I went back and I watched The King of Staten Island, which was highly recommended by Wilson.
Yeah.
Superb film. Cannot recommend it enough. Get out there, get it seen. Write in the comments what your review is. Absolutely amazing film.
That sounds like 2 5 out of 5 reviews there, which means it is our first official 10 out of 10 by Northern Undead Asylum.
It is very, very good. It is a superb film. Absolutely fantastic film that I'll revisit. Another film that I managed to watch this week was The Peanut Butter Falcon, which is highly, highly recommended. It is a superb film featuring Sheila Buff and the better Zach, not Zac Efron. Zach. I can't pronounce it.
Gotsugan.
Gotsugan.
We're English.
We're English. We can't pronounce it. I apologise, Zach. But you are the better Zach. It's a road trip movie that sees them go looking for a wrestler.
Yeah.
That Zach very much wants to learn from and become. We're going to leave it there. We'll play out the trailer for you, and absolutely get it watched. Get in the comments and enjoy.
3, 2, 1.
There's sheep in this world, and there are wolves in this world. And I know that you two boys are just two weary travelers who lost your way. So, we're gonna clean you up right with a baptism.
I'm more a baptism by fire type.
Okay.
Come to my wrestling school and become a badass.
That's what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Yes, it is.
You let a half-naked boy with Down syndrome who has no idea how to get along in this world just slip out from under your nose. You two are close.
We are.
Well, then you'll figure out where he's at and you'll bring him back.
Are you following me?
Maybe we could be friends and buddies, bro dogs, and chill. Have a good time.
You said the wrestling school's in Aiden?
Yes.
One long road leads all the way down. I'll drop you there then.
I'm looking for a missing person. Have you seen him?
Little man on a lamb. Met your girlfriend back there, Eleanor. 2 bandits on the run.
Oh, yeah!
Rule number 1, don't slow me down. Rule number 2, I'm in charge. Hey, what's rule number 1?
Party?
No, not party.
Zach, you have a young boy with Down syndrome in the middle of nowhere.
All right, well, while you've been doing paperwork, we've been doing something called living. Oh, man!
Tell her I'm gonna give you all of my wishes for my birthday.
I made a promise to him. Give him that wrestling school in Aiden.
No, we're not gonna hop on your little raft and cruise around down the river.
Hey, Eleanor, I don't want to go home.
Oh!
Yeah.
So how far is it?
About that far on the map.
Are your fingers to scale?
Yep.
I think it's time for us to go back now.
We could be a family.
Friends are the family you choose.
Wrestlers got alter egos. You need a name.
Falcon. Peanut butter Falcon!
So that was Peanut Butter Falcon there, featuring Mick Foley and all of his many shades of mankind. Just to finish off on the movies this week, I watched an absolutely amazing gaming documentary I think we'll always try and round it into some form of gaming somewhere.
Always try.
So one of the best gaming documentaries I've seen in a very long while, and it's called Raising Kratos.
Awesome.
And probably a lot of people are watching this now will be saying, "Oh yeah, that is an absolutely amazing documentary. You're super sweet, Wilson." Yeah. Raising Kratos about God of War 2018 by Sony Interactive Entertainment, or Sony Santa Monica, I think the studio's called. It was the new installment, the new reboot of God of War. We both played it, both love it.
Awesome.
Absolutely incredible game. It's not open world. It's one of them sneaky open worlds.
Yeah, it's like a cinematic linear.
Yeah.
You kind of a little bit. Yeah, I suppose like you would get with Bloodborne or whatever. It's not strictly open world, but you can kind of go to different areas.
When you get the news that it's one continuous piece, it's just every creative nerd's absolute wet dream. That. Anyway, back to it. Cory Barlog, the director of God of War, has been involved with God of War since its birth, I believe. Struggled to come up with a little bit of a new story to reboot Kratos, and he found himself in fatherhood. And through his own experiences of fatherhood, he thought it'd be a great premise to make Kratos the God of War, the angry beast, the man who smashes his dad in the face with his big hard fists. He wanted to experience fatherhood. Yeah. And see how someone like Kratos would take it. And let's just say that is an absolute 10 out of 10 gaming experience. Anyone who's into a little bit of a documentary and loves the gaming, I could not suggest it anymore. I think it has a little bit more of an importance because I am going to be a father and I want to know whether I'm going to be like Kratos as a dad, or maybe Cory Barlog. We are yet to find out, but
as relevant to me as well, because I've never met my dad, and if I did, I would equally smash him in the face.
There you go.
There we go.
Which chosen weapon? The axe or the what are them spinny blades?
A bus.
So I think I think that rounds off films for the week. So I've seen something new and I don't know much about it, so I thought I'd ask you about Comics Corner.
So as you know, each week we try and drop new segments into the show. Some will be dropped and some will be, expanded upon.
Mm-hmm.
So usually at this point in the show we would talk about what we've been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of been reviewing beers or drinks that we've been drinking, and that now has morphed into a short segment from our sponsor.
Oh.
Oh yeah! What up, Passion Ones? I'm Bruce Springwater, founder and CEO of From Soft Drinks, and I'm here to tell you today how perfect, delicious, and exceptional in promise new Elden Spring Water is. That's right, it's Elden Spring. And you want to know what the best thing is about Elden Spring? No matter how much you wanted to quench that soul-born itch, no matter how much you bitch and how much you cry, you Elden Spring, well, it ain't ever coming out. Pre-order today, new Elden Spring, it ain't ever coming out. Groovy, is that a wrap? Awesome, let's get it.
Elden Spring, it's clear that it's never coming out. So, back to Comics Corner.
Comics Corner is a new segment in the show that I would bring my love of comics to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I have sort of got today, sort of pretty much completed two of the comics that I've been reading over quite a long period of time, particularly an Image comic which is called Saga. I don't know if any of you have read it. I know it's quite a popular comic, and I just wanted to kind of drop that into the show and just say if you want to get into comics or you want to get into graphic novels, this is a great way to start. Any sort of sci-fi fan or Marvel fan or anything will find these people. Will find these comics really, really easy to kind of get into. They're funny, they're horrifying, they're entertaining, and most importantly, they are damn good. Saga from Image is a superb one. Second is Monstrous, which is another Image comic actually, and it comes as no surprises as an entry there, which
you like a good Image.
It was, I must admit that Image is definitely my go-to. It's almost like the From Software of the comic world.
When you say Image, I'm brand new to comics, by the way. In fact, do graphic novels count as comics?
Yeah.
So I'm brand new to it all anyway. But Image just means there's no words, yeah.
No, Image is basically like Marvel or DC or
so
Dark
there's
Horse.
like the words are in the picture.
That is what a comic is. But Image is a brand.
Right.
So it's basically like you think of it as like a record label if we just dumb it down.
Right.
So like it's like a publisher. So Image, Dark Horse, Marvel, DC, they're like the big ones. And I suppose that's a great way to explain it for someone that may have or may be yet to get into comics and give them a go. Image is definitely the more mature side of the comics world.
18 plus.
Yeah, I have great pleasure in reading them.
Titties?
Plenty of titties.
Titties?
3 titties.
3 titties?
3 titties.
Space titties?
Yeah, like.
What's it called? Total Recall titties.
Total Recall titties.
Yeah, but it's absolutely. If you're looking to get into comics, then Saga is a great way to start.
Nice.
Let me know what you think. Should we keep the segment or not?
Just to roll back and keep Comics Corner around here for a minute.
Yeah.
Are there any From Software related comics?
There is. There is a whole line of Dark Souls and Bloodborne comics.
It looks like I've just got into comics.
Absolutely. I've actually got some that I can
Nice.
give to you. So have a read through them and see what you think.
And just while we're on the topic of books, sort of, you got a great postcard book last week from
I did indeed.
Creator of.
I did. So I picked up a postcard book called Prey Slaughtered that I got off a publisher called Block. Check them out on Instagram. We've put their details below. They do exclusive runs of Bloodborne, Dark Souls themed artwork. Unreal.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. A beautiful product that we will, kind of show you now up on screen, and you can kind of flick through. We have got our hands on a physical copy, which I am too scared to bring out of the house this week. But I will be bringing some framed versions in, and we will be giving some of them away on the upcoming episodes of the show. Signed by, of course, Wilson and yours truly. Usually you get the artist to sign it, but we'll have to do. Maybe we should throw in some of our own doodles too.
Yeah,
we'll do some of our own doodles.
Well, yeah, now knowing there is a line of comics that I can involve myself in, I think Comics Corner should stay.
I do too.
Yeah.
Just quickly coming back there a minute. I was going through some of my old stuff. Obviously, lockdown gets you doing things that you wouldn't usually do. I've been clearing out my cupboards at home, and I found a drawing from the past.
Is it the one you sent me?
Yeah.
It's well funny. What is it? I've never meant to ask you about that.
I think, right, so I used to love drawing like knights and Jedi Knights in particular, and high fantasy sort of figurines. When I was in year 6, it looks like, I drew this picture, which I'll put up on, up for your viewing now. And it is clearly a vision of the future, because I think I'm repping a Silver Knight set and a Dark Knight Halberd or Halberd or whatever. So
Black Knight Halberd.
Yeah, Black Knight Halberd. And I don't know why I've got like a robotics thing.
I got a Philip K. Dick vibe from it, mate.
There's some cities behind him, so he's definitely a time lord of some sort of.
There's a few electric sheep on top of the buildings as well. That's it.
There is some electric sheep, but
it was good.
Yeah. Great sheep.
Well, maybe we should.
Great sheep. I just said.
Yeah. As another new feature, dig out our old drawings.
Yeah. Stick it in there and get it on
Mine would horrify people.
So would some of mine.
John Van Queef is a great artist, by the way.
Is he really?
He's an amazing artist.
Piss artist.
Piss artist, and his drawings are one of like. That guy must have been given LSD as a baby, kind of drawings. Fantastic.
Well, we, you know, when we give these, we give a couple of postcards away from Brace Lord, which will be framed. We will feature some of our own drawings to go alongside, and then you can choose what you put up on your walls.
Yeah, screensavers.
Which will probably, in turn, you know, it'll be. I think if you put our drawings up on your walls, you know, you'll have wrong kids. But we'll see which way that kind of pans out. We'll see which way it pans out.
I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yep.
Although there is one more thing, is there not?
I don't know what that is.
Jake Paul and that guy.
Oh. So, this week, there has been in the news, we're coming full circle now to beginning the show, that there is 2 YouTube stars that have been throwing their fists around at each other.
Yeah, 2 Gimpy brothers, aren't they?
Gimpy brothers. Yeah, kind of a bit dangerous, really, because, you know, if I got into a boxing ring with anyone that was even remotely trained at boxing, I would seriously hurt myself.
Well, have you not heard the most recent news?
No.
He's only gone and offered Conor McGregor out.
Conor, if you're listening, don't do
Beat
it, man.
that
You're gonna
guy
get hurt.
Yeah.
You're gonna get hurt. So I thought that there would be only one way to emulate this, to one up the stars of YouTube. And do you know what that is?
Go on.
Sword fight.
Willies?
Willies?
What? I don't know.
Sword fight?
Yes.
Fight to the death.
Tune in next week, where it will be a fight to the death between Wilson and G.R.J. Dwyer. Both take up swords, but only one will emerge victorious. Thanks for watching.